Time for another episode of the Joshcast. Day 5 of me being off sugar. Bowels, which were bad anyway, are still bad. But I feel happy. That's a lie. I'm covering up depression. I don't do well in the fall and winter. I tend to get depressed in the fall and winter. Why do you tend to get depressed in the fall and winter? Well, the same reason I get depressed in the spring and summer. Because that's just my way. Which is odd because I don't think it's the weather that does it. I think it's, it could be the sunlight. It could be, I don't know, fall and winter reminds me more of death, which I'm afraid of. Things slow down in the city because we get into the holidays. Oh, the holidays. That's what it is. It's the holidays. That's what does it. I hate the holidays. I don't think we should do them anymore. I think the holidays are... It's fun for kids because they get presents. But I think we can salvage our sanity and keep the kids happy. Really, just there's one day of the year where kids get presents. And that's, there's no ceremony. There's no, Santa's coming down the chimney. It's just December 25th, here are your presents. Why? Because it keeps you motivated. It's something for you to look forward to. But we get rid of everything else. We get rid of the decorations. If you're really into the decorations, that's fine. But I think the thing we need to get rid of is the being thankful for things, and the celebrating family, and let's take this opportunity to feel the joy and love in the world. Let's get rid of that. Let's just get rid of that, because no one can live up to that pressure. I mean, at best, let's celebrate, hey, I went a year without killing anybody. Ha-ha! I managed to keep my own emotions in check in front of people who have authority over me. Christmas. Boom. That's how we should celebrate it. That is precisely how we should celebrate it. Revelation. I made a revelation. I bottle up my emotions. And people can probably sense what I'm actually feeling, so I'm just holding them in. So there's no point, because they already know, they can tell when I'm upset. So why give myself bodily harm? And so what I'm playing with is, what if I just be honest in life? And let the emotion be there. And just talk the way I feel. That terrifies me. Because really, all of my life is just kind of going from one temper tantrum to the other. That's all it is. All it is. And now I'm mad at myself for going off the diet and feeling bloated and all that jazz. Having to go through that. I was doing so well. And tired. So tired. Not that tired. I'm tired of worrying. Eliminate the worrying, I think I'm doing okay. Knock on wood. Poo, poo, poo. But what can we discuss? What should be discussed at this point? Other than me being emphatic for no reason. Right, emotional honesty. How am I feeling right now? Bloated! Bloated, bloated, bloated. Good. That's a positive step. That's a positive step forward, revealing that. Still feeling bloated. That's still happening. Passing by an Italian restaurant that I can't go to anymore because the carbs increase the bloatedness. I used to be able to eat a lot more things without consequence. But now I cannot. And that really bugs me. That really does bug me. If you're not allergic to milk out there, hug yourself. Your life is going well. Yeah, I really miss pasta. Pasta's fantastic. Yeah, I think when God was creating me, I don't know why, he said, yeah, make sure he can't handle Italian food after a certain age. Right at the age where he gets really depressed. Because he feels like hasn't progressed as far as he wanted to. Right then, deny him Italian food. Make that happen. Thank you. This is God here. Ah, Italian food is wonderful. Jewish food, the older I get, it's the only food I can digest. Lox and bagel. Now I understand why they eat it. We eat it. Why is following distance such a foreign concept to people? There are people who just ride my tail. I don't understand it. They do that, and then the person in front of them stops, and they slam right into them, and that's it. Following distance. Why is this such a difficult concept? And then there are times where I'm in the car, and the person driving just has no sense of following distance. And do I say something? Dude, do you understand physics? You can't stop that fast. Following distance, people. What do they teach me? I think it's for every... Like if it's 20 miles an hour, it should be 2 car lengths. 30 miles an hour, 3 car lengths. 40 miles an hour, and so on. I mean, on the LA freeways, I don't even know if you can do that at certain times of the day. I don't think you can when it's bumper to bumper. But if everybody did do that, I wonder if that would help with the rush hour. I wonder. Passing by apartments, one of them has a satellite TV dish. I haven't sat down and watched television, I don't know, I think in years. I think I watch on my phone or on the computer. Oh, I'm yawning. I'm yawning in the middle of the podcast. Unacceptable. Unflippin' acceptable. I'm noticing I'm doing a lot of that lately, just repeating things because I don't know what to say, because I don't prepare for the podcast. I should prepare for it. I should sit down and plot out what I'm going to talk about. But then it just feels stale, as opposed to now when it feels pointless. But I'd rather it be pointless and fresh than pointed and stale. thinking about David Lynch movies and David Lynch style. I'm a big fan of David Lynch. I watched all 18 hours of that Twin Peaks. I was on board. There's a long way to go, but I was on board. And I'm kind of digging the moral of Twin Peaks, which seems to be there is no hope. Evil always triumphs. That seems to be the moral. But I came away okay with it. And the spoilers if you haven't seen Twin Peaks. But the big cliffhanger when the show went off the air back in the 90s was, oh no, what happened to Agent Cooper? He's been possessed. And they dealt with all of that in this revival. Or sequel, I should say. They dealt with all of that. And even though the ending was very ambiguous, what I liked about it was Cooper was okay. He might have been witnessing something horrible happening, but he was fine. And that's what I care about. Cooper's okay. That was I needed that this year. I needed Cooper to be okay, and it happened. I'm not liking where this podcast is going. I feel like I don't have a lot of strong... I'm talking about how I need to be emotionally free, and then I ask myself how I'm feeling, and I'm just drawing a blank. So now I'm feeling frustrated. And now I'm feeling horny. Where did that come from? Am I turned on by frustration? Jesus, maybe I should be in a relationship. They all seem frustrating to me. They seem beyond frustrating to me. They seem absolutely, positively frustrating. Most of them. Maybe there are some that are ideal. Although I've never heard of them. Of everyone I know, there's only one person who maybe has an ideal relationship. And I don't, even then, I know there's things going on that I never hear about. There's no such thing as an ideal relationship, Josh. Josh, there's no such thing as an ideal relationship. Okay? People fight. There are ups and downs. A relationship takes work. Well, then I don't want one. Am I lonely? Yes, but I don't want another job. I'm doing enough as it is. I got to work at a person. That's job number 3. There's no HR department. Are there benefits? Nothing's guaranteed in writing. I will pass. And somebody told me, oh, you're missing out. You're missing out, Josh. You're missing out on a relationship. Thank you. That really helps. And it plays into that notion that, oh, it's just so easy for me to go out there and have a relationship. Oh, maybe it is that easy. I don't think it is. Not for me. Why is this person crossing the street when there's no crosswalk? Are you kidding me? We just allowed that to happen. We just collectively allowed that to happen. You walk to the light, you cross the street. Is it going to take you a minute or two more to get there? Yes. But that's what you do because you're not an animal. You're a pedestrian. You're a citizen of the United States of America. You don't just cross the street whenever you feel like it. By the way, I've totally crossed the street whenever I felt like it. I've totally been that person. But I do it when there's not traffic. Because I'm a gentleman. Frederick Street. Passing Frederick Street right now. I wonder why it was named Frederick Street. Named after a person, I would imagine. Is Frederick a last name? Sometimes it's the last name, sometimes it's a first name. This one is spelled without the K, which makes me think it's a first name. But it's got to be a last name. I've never seen a first name street. The corner of Jim and Jill. That's meaningless to me, what I was just talking about. I'm grasping here. I'm grasping at things to talk about. Isn't that interesting? Who wouldn't want to date me? I think anyone who wants to date me should listen to all 500 of the podcasts that I've done. What a great vetting system. That should be the funnel to dating me. You got to listen to all of those, and then if you still want to date me, you can't because you shouldn't. There's an issue. Nobody should want to date me. If they want to date me, they need to get help. Am I being too hard on myself? You know what? I am, and that's not the truth. I have stuff I can offer in a relationship. I am not a horrible person. But I will also say that I don't think I'm particularly any better than most. So while it's not that I'm undateable, but absolutely you can do better. I mean, I hate to say it, but I'm the person you settle for. I really am. I'm that exact person. I'm going to wait a second before I get into the right turn. I need to get into the right, before I get into the right lane. I'm going to need to make a right turn shortly, but I'm waiting a second because I like the speed and efficiency of the left lane. I'm suddenly feeling very tired. Why am I feeling tired? The sun is beating down on my face. But I'm not going to complain about the weather. I'm tired of people complaining about weather. Move. If you don't like the weather, move. I'm not complaining about the heat in Southern California in the valley right now because I am choosing to live in a desert. No one is putting a gun to my head to live in a desert. Ergo, I accept what the desert has to offer, which is heat. It's so hot out today. Yes. Yes, it is. I want people to start saying, oh, it's so normal today here in the desert. Things are progressing exactly as they should be. All right, switching to the right lane. The street kind of curves a little bit, so I get to drive straight and automatically just be in the right lane. And that always brings me a little bit of joy. The fact that I don't have to turn or shift to get into the right lane. I just keep driving straight, and because the road curves, I eventually end up in the right lane. I don't know what that is, but it brings me joy. It brings me absolute joy. I wouldn't say absolute joy, but it's a nice moment. All right. I don't think we accomplished anything today. I think as podcasts go today, I think I took a step back. I got to be frank with you. But perhaps that's part of the process. You got to take a step back in order to take a step forward. Have a lovely day.